Hi, my name is Jason Montleon, and today I'm going to demonstrate a proof of concept registry adapter for the automation broker. This registry adapter is intended for use with CloudForms, and what it's going to do is convert service templates to APB specs and import them into the automation broker so they're available via the service catalog. So in order to demonstrate this, what I have here is OpenShift set up with the service catalog and automation broker. I've also gone ahead and used the Manage IQ APB to bring up a Manage IQ instance, which I have here. So the way that this works is you would normally create several services. Before doing that, though, you would create your service dialogs for the services. So to see what that looks like, we can go to Automation, Automate, Customization, and we'll have a number of service dialogs here. These are customizable, so if you want to edit one, you can edit the dialogue. You can add different text areas, checkboxes, drop downs, radio buttons, etc. Wherever you like. You can either create these yourself, or in this case, because these service dialogs are going to be used to create containers in OpenShift, I've gone ahead and created them from the container templates. And the way that we would do this is go to Compute, Containers, Container Templates. For demonstration purposes, I haven't done Cake PHP yet, but I've done the others, so I'll show how this works. You go ahead and click on the container template and create a service dialog from container template. And then we give it a name, so I'm just going to call it Cake PHP. Now, if we go back to the customization here for the service dialogs, we'll see that I have my new Cake PHP service dialog with a number of options, parameters, some of them with defaults and some not. So then the next step will be to take this and use it to create a service. So I'll go to Services, Catalogs. I've created a container catalog here. If you wanted to create a new one, you could go to the bottom option here and then click Add New Catalog. So once I have that, I will click here and then I can add a new catalog item. So this is going to be an OpenShift template. I'm going to call it Cake PHP. I'm going to put it in my container catalog that I created. I'm going to use the dialog that I just created, and it's going to use the OpenShift provider that I have and the Cake PHP MySQL persistent template. Alright, so once that's done, I'll click Add. And you can see I now have another service template here in the catalog. If you wanted to order that, you could go to My Services. Actually, I'm sorry. You go to the catalogs, service catalogs, container catalog, and from this UI, you could order these here. The reason that we see some of these is only some of them is I forgot to check an option for some of them so that they're displayed in the catalog. So now we see it here, and if I wanted to order this, I could order it and fill in a number of options here and give it the project I want to create the containers in and so forth. I'm not going to do that though. Now that we have this here, I'm going to modify the automation broker, and what I'm going to do is add a registry. And this registry is just going to be a fairly generic configuration for Manage IQ. You can see that I have my instance that I set up using the APB, username, password, whitelist, and just the type in the name. So we'll save that. And for that to take effect, I'm going to restart the broker. So I'll do, let's see, delete the pod, and we can watch the logs for the other one. It's going to bootstrap when it comes up. Which may take a moment. So we're actually going to see two sets of these. The first is for the new CloudForms registry adapter at the top, and now Docker Hub. And you'll notice right now, just for visibility, that the only APB I have here with the ManageIQ icon is the actual APB that launches a ManageIQ instance. Looking through all of those. So once this is done, we're up and running. I'm going to do an APB relist, which is going to notify the service catalog that it should reload the list. And we'll give that a second. And while we're waiting for that, I'm actually going to create a new namespace. All right, let's refresh the UI. Now you can see I have a number of new APBs here. So when we click on this, first thing you'll notice is regardless of which one you click on, they're all going to use the same image. This is a generic runner APB. So when you pass parameters into any of these, this one image will take the parameters and send the request to ManageIQ, which will then do the heavy lifting to deploy the containers. So I'll click back on this guy again, and I'll proceed. I'm going to choose my Cake PHP project. I'm going to put in my credentials. And you'll notice, if you want to, we have all these options and parameters from the ManageIQ web interface that we can modify if we want to, and these will get sent back in the request to CloudForms. So I'll click Create. And here watching, we'll see that an APB runs. It should only take a few seconds. Might not even be able to get to see the logs. Nope, already gone. So anyway, what'll happen is if we look at the services in my services, now we have my Cake PHP service. If we click on it, see this information. We can also see the requests, and when we do that, you can actually see the options that were passed in. If we had changed anything, you would see those changes. So going back to my namespace that I created, you can see that I have a couple of containers launching now, and this is being done again by CloudForms. You notice that it's building. Should only take another moment. There it goes, it's deploying. Any moment now. There we go. And now if I refresh here, there we go. That's our cake PHP instance. All right, that wraps up the demonstration of the CloudForms registry adapter. Thank you for watching.